So everyone, we're here at PCN Plus. We're just about finishing the day and Rachel's been talking to all of the delegates about basically how to say no. How did it go, Rachel?
It's interesting, you always get some glares at the beginning and by the end most people were nodding and smiling, which was good.
I mean, I definitely agree with the whole circle of control. It's stuff I've heard you talk about, and it's an amazing concept in terms of the Shapes toolkit and how it can help to give you that element of control back and stuff. I guess, what's some of the key messages you've had from people here at the conference?
I think messages is really hard at the moment, and that's one thing, and particularly in PCNs, being a PCN director and a PCN manager, incredibly hard. Also, when we talk about the zone of control, there's a lot in the role that feels like you're responsible for, but it's way out of your control, so there's actually nothing you can do about it. So one of the really useful questions we had, well, what do you do if you're accountable for something that's not in your control? So yeah.
And if you had to give a tip to people with managing all of that uncertainty, that chaos and that kind of stuff, what's the one thing you would recommend they do, apart from obviously check out the Shapes toolkit?
Check out the Shapes toolkit, check out the podcast. But, you know, do a zone of power on it, draw a circle. If there's something you feel very responsible for, work out what in that responsibility is in your control and what's not, and then focus all your attention on the stuff that is in your control, because that is where you'll get the progress. And
I like your tip to actually focus on and identify first the things that aren't in your control, because that's probably the easier thing, isn't it, to be honest?
I think so. When the problem with the stuff that's in our control is that it just takes a bit of courage, because sometimes that's the stuff that's really difficult. So I always say to people, once you've identified the stuff that's in your zone of power, ask that all-important question, what else? What else am I forgetting? What else am I too scared to write in here that actually might be the thing I need to do?
Okay. So I know, unfortunately, Rachel's sessions aren't available on the recordings. It's the only stuff that isn't, because it's that good. But more importantly, if you do want to check out her stuff, definitely check out You Are Not a Frog podcast. I'm an avid listener. I know most of the people here have, and they put their hands up and said, absolutely, that's the case. Definitely check it out. And as always, we'll be here to give you more content as we continue on this journey. Catch you later.